All right, Kevin, you want to kick us off?
Sure thing. Skylar, when did you sort of realize you had a chance at a triple double tonight, and what does it mean to be able to get there?
Yeah, I just kind of had my head down playing. Things were opening up for me. Um, we talked about the All-Star break, and after All-Star break, Noe was, reiterating rebounding and just being pursuant of the basketball and how that helps us in the break and just that mentality. I know I can rebound in basketball, but I was really trying to pursue it tonight. And then obviously the targets that I get to pass to, Nneka being one of them. Just people were getting loose, just trying to penetrate, and we kind of try to take advantage of them being on the back-to-back, try to push our pace. And when I'm rebounding like that, it helps our pace, get it and go, get out. But yeah, I play with a lot of talented players. I didn't really see what it was, I guess, until the end. And then I missed two free throws in a row.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was great to happen tonight. Coming off a loss, we wanted to bounce back. And regardless of what the numbers were, just trying to do my part. I did not like how I played in Washington. But just trying to use the overall floor game. Some of their schemes are really aggressive, and so just trying to make the right reads when I'm able to draw two or three in the paint.
Okay,
And
Jeff.
Nneka, you've been on the court for a couple of these. What did it mean or how does this one compare?
A couple of,
Triple doubles from
oh,
teammates.
oh,
The
from
only
teammates. I mean, for me, it's very rare for anyone to achieve those types of things. But when it happens, it makes sense when certain players do it, and Sky is at the top of that list. It's been years that we've been trying to play together, and we're kind of extensions of each other on the court. So I just do my best to kind of join in that efficiency. She plays with a fire that helps ignite how I play. And I would not want to experience a triple double with anyone else.
All right, Jeff, now you're up.
Thanks. Yeah, for Nneka, 26 points, 11 or 13 made field goals. But as a team, you guys had 30 assists and shot 61%. Can you just talk about as a team overall, how you guys were moving the basketball and how offense was working so well?
That's how we want to play. That's the foundation that we stood upon in the beginning of the season, and we've been trying to get back to that. I think today was indicative of us just pushing the pace, getting to space, getting to our spots, and not overcomplicating things. At times when you feel like the offense isn't working or shots are not falling, you feel like you need to change a lot. And I think that today we showed that we can lean on what makes us us, and we can just stay ready and aggressive individually, which ends up being a collective effort. And so I'm really happy that we were able to do that and also capitalize on our defensive possessions to turn into good offense.
All right, Bella, go ahead.
Um, Question for both of you guys. It's been a really strong road trip for Dom. What have you seen from her in terms of how she's grown to this point in the season to come out with these, sort of career high performances for her so far?
I mean, Dom is someone who you witness her growth and progression in the game. It's not even just game by game. It's literally with every minute that she plays, you are seeing her develop. In these last few games, we've noticed kind of like her coming in with that strength, her understanding her body in space and taking contact and utilizing the wisdom that she has in the game to be effective on both ends. I mean, it is truly just the beginning for her. But we want her to know that she's an incredible asset as young as she is and as early as it's been in her career. And we just want to continue to have her play with that type of confidence.
Well said, sis.
All right, Andrew, you're up.
Thanks, Sarah. Congrats, ladies, on the win right there. The pride of the 574 on Skylar Diggins. Happy early birthday to you with that one.
Yeah.
Considering how hard it is in this league to get a triple double in any position, particularly as a guard and a guard of your size and stature, where does this one rank for you in terms of your performances? Only one turnover as well, too, with the production that you had. And for you, Nneka, in terms of just how y'all shot the three tonight, in terms of the pace of play that coach emphasized, do you feel this was your best team offensive performance just from an operational standpoint, irregardless of the 100 points? So for you, Skylar, what's your early birthday right there?
Yeah. I mean, anytime we win, and I'm a happy camper. Anytime I get to wake up a winner, I love going out there and competing with this group. You know, I always try to make sure we keep an edge about ourselves, and I play with that edge. And you know, I've survived in this league at 5'9", 140, 145. Because of that fire and the passion that I play with, just falling in love with the process. Being inspired by players like Nneka, seeing her work every day, seeing her routine. Makes me want to continue to get better. Seeing her playing the best basketball of her career inspires me to play mine. And it's no it's no coincidence why I'm playing like this. It's because I play my best basketball alongside her. And tonight was just a special performance for all of us. We talked about what we're capable of. I was an asshole at halftime because I did not like our defense. I felt like, we were scoring the basketball how we wanted to, but I felt like we weren't playing to our standards still. And we came out and had another 30-point third quarter, and that's why I feel like we really put the game away. But this team, despite their record, they're a feisty team. They have vets, they have capable scorers on their team. Obviously, they're getting some players back and some rotations together, but we know better than anybody what this Sun team is capable of. I don't care back-to-back or not. You saw what they did last night, and so we wanted to come out and take care of business. But yeah, I don't know where I ranked this performance. I had a lot of fun out there tonight, and I was just happy we were able to get a win.
All right, final question. We're back at Bella.
Obviously, wanted to turn this around after the loss against Washington. What sort of lessons do you take from this road trip, having a similar performance to this one against Chicago, and then that loss you didn't want, and now coming back to this?
I mean, I feel like understanding how we can approach kind of both the microscopic and the telescopic view is what we really need to work on. No discredit to these teams, because if you don't show up, they're going to beat you. But at the end of the day, the difference between those types of games is trying to win the game and not the possession. I think both in Chicago and both today, we were focused on getting a stop, then converting that into points. We weren't looking too broad, but we also weren't too tunnel visioned. And understanding that is where we need to live while maintaining aggression. We have the head of the snake here. She comes in every day with a certain fire. It's unrelenting. And so being able to match that energy on both ends of the court, taking things personally, remaining disciplined in what we do every single day, will yield the results that we want to see consistently. And right now, we're about to approach an entirely different LA team. We have a few days off. Not relaxing, but also not holding on too tight is what we need to do to be able to turn this win into a streak.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, Jeff, go ahead, kick us off.
Sure thing. Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. Maybe a two-parter. I wanted to know, or have you talk about the offense, obviously extremely efficient, shooting over 60%. Kind of what did you like? What did you see from your team? And then these past three games, do you feel like the training wheels are kind of off of Dom now?
Offensively, I thought our pace was really good. I thought we were playing out of our defense. A lot of assists generated, 2 feet in the paint and finding spray opportunities, efficient finishing around the rim, especially with, Gabby, Sky. And it is an amazing performance by Nneka, all over the floor, knocking down threes, but also being very physical in her attack. So I think the ball was moving. I thought that we were cleaner with our reads. And then, it's different when we're knocking down shots. Dom is growing in an amazing way. And I think, these past couple of weeks, we've grown up in ways that you guys don't really see. And I'm not going to really talk about those intangibles, but it's really showing up in her play. And she's going to continue to be a vital part of, what we need to be doing on defense and offense. She plays extremely hard, but because you know, she's surrounded with greatness, and has an example in front of her, great examples in Nneka and Ezzy and post players. She's able to really compliment them, but see what it takes to play at this high level. So she's gonna continue to, you know, grow in this fashion because she's putting the work in.
All right, Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, Skylar mentioned a conversation over All-Star break about rebounding and kind of reminding her about the importance of that. And beyond that, was it important for you to make sure she got a triple-double before you got her out for the night?
It was just kind of the reward, you know, being coachable and understanding the rebounding isn't just to get a triple double or stats, but it's to help us, you know, as a team. We're plus 11, I think, is that right, on the boards today? And we can't just rely on our post players. And I think early on in the season, she, you know, she always talks about how she lets them go get it. But now if you watch her play, you know, you could point back to that All-Star game when she had a triple double as well. She's going to pursue rebounds. And I think that's important as we start our transition break and things like that, to engage her on that end of the floor. So yeah, I thought that she was assisting. She had 8, I think, at halftime. She was assisting well, and she's, you know, pretty efficient in other areas. And so I thought it was important, you know, second in franchise history. That's awesome. First in her career, which I didn't know that, but continuing to show how great she is in a Storm uniform.
All right, Bella, you're up.
Hey, Coach. Congratulations on the win again. What do you think was the difference between today's game and the one against the Mystics, especially in terms of the great start to the second half? Was it just sort of that inherent motivation to not repeat the previous result, or was there some sort of change?
Sorry, can you repeat the beginning of your question?
Yeah, what was the difference between today's game and the one against the Mystics, and particularly in terms of the great start to the second half?
I think, you know, as much as I coach these athletes in the locker room, like they know what is necessary and to get themselves to a level of playing some really good basketball. And I think their focus is, I believe maybe they had a goal to have them call the first time out. And so in the third quarter, we were sharp in our execution. We were getting rebounds and running, and we were able to get stops in as well, and didn't have any lows as much as we were having in previous games. The other difference today was Gabby. I'm just gonna say it, period. Like when she's playing this type of basketball, we're a different team. And whether it's, you know, the game being different and us trying to make sure we get back on track, she's vital to our success. And her aggressive level, her efficiency, all of those things, her confidence, that matters for us to be successful.
All right, Andrew, go ahead.
Thanks, Sarah. As always, Coach, you not only out-rebounded them by a good margin for a team that's become a good rebounding team with Morrow, Charles, and Nelson and Dota, but then the three-point shot, they couldn't work on packing the paint, but how you knocked it down regularly, particularly the contribution of Zaya Cook when she came off the bench and hit those 2 threes. And just talk about her staying ready and how when you have these three-point exploits that you're as hard of a team to beat as any in the league.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing that teams have been doing is kind of laying off of Ezzy a little bit. So today's emphasis was to put Ezzy in a lot of action. And if you're going to pack the paint against Nneka, who shoots the 3 at a high clip, then and is very efficient, then, you know, that's going to be the result. So I thought that our group was sharp with making sure we were clean with who we wanted in those actions and our spacing. And then Zaya, I think, has stayed ready. She's staying ready. Had a workout yesterday. She's often in our stay ready games if she doesn't hit the threshold of minutes. And to me, she's a culture fit because it's never about, you know, her. It's always about the team, how she can be better for the team. And when she has an opportunity like today, it's good to see a couple go through for her. And because it's like, it's rewarding the hard work that she's putting in. And there are minutes that, you know, we're gonna continue to find minutes that fit her. But, you know, the fact that she's putting in the work outside of practice time, putting in the film work as well, is going to be important to her growth and her journey, on this team as well.
And just one real quick one for me. When you saw the bench react, Skylar getting that triple double, especially Gabby, her being vocal in a positive way, just another example of the camaraderie of this team. You talk about that moment.
Yeah, Gabby and Sky are accountability partners, and they've really connected deeply this season and had have an opportunity to really have touch points, find some commonality within each other off the floor, and on the court. You see the respect that they have. They're able to, you know, cheer up one another, encourage one another, get on each other when the time allows, and they're each other's biggest fans, and as is our entire team. I love the camaraderie that the bench showed, and it wasn't, you know, this guy's a special player, and you know, she's gone through a lot, especially this particular season, and for her to do that today here on the road against, you know, a game that we really needed. It's just a special moment that she was able to share with her teammates, and I love that everyone loved that for her.
All right, final question, Bella. We're back to you.
A bit of a follow-up to my previous question, just in terms of this road trip, to sort of blowout wins and then that disappointing loss in Washington, what lessons are you gonna take away for the rest of the season?
We gotta continue to build on the things that have brought us success. I'm gonna continue to speak life and positivity in my group. You know, the reality of it is we're not trying to miss shots. We're not trying to, you know, mess up on defense. We're trying to do the right thing. And that's kind of what discipline is, to continue to do the right thing all the time and not getting bored with the details of those things. So gonna continue to implore and encourage the group to be us, to rely on each other, to pick each other up in the times where we feel like we're not giving our best or doing our best, to keep the perspective in perspective, being where our feet are, and attacking whatever the goal is of the mission is for that particular day. So, and the thing is not getting too high or too low, and making sure I stay pretty positive and encouraging in that way. And then hopefully that continues to breed some success.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Coach.